Welcome to this explainer. All right, let's just dive right in. Today, we're completely tearing down the old way of doing SEO and looking at a massive evolution in AI functionality. We're going to see how we can transform Claude from a basic, conversational text chatbot into a fully integrated autonomous SEO operating system. So be honest for a second. Are you still exporting massive CSV files from your analytics tools, opening a new tab and blindly copy-pasting all that raw data right into an AI window? Look, it's okay if you are, but man, you're wasting an incredible amount of time. The days of tedious manual data entry and feeding these contextless spreadsheets to basic chatbots, they're officially over. There is a much, much better way to do this. We really need to draw a hard line here between what we call chatbot SEO and the actual future, which is agentic SEO. Chatbot SEO is what you're probably used to: manual prompts, constantly switching tabs, and running the very real risk of hallucinated metrics. Why? Because the AI can't actually see your live site data. Agentic SEO, on the other hand, well, that gives Claude live data connections. It gives it automated execution and literally the power to write and modify your site's code directly as an autonomous agent. It's a total game changer. Now, looking at the tools we have, there's a pretty fascinating progression. We've basically got 3 different clients that take us from basic chats all the way to ultimate control. The standard browser version, it's fine for a quick analysis, but it has 0 file system access. Then, the Claude desktop app levels us up by allowing those absolutely crucial live data connections. But the ultimate command center, that is Claude Code. It's a command line interface running right in your terminal, and that's what unlocks these full automated SEO workflows. All right, let's start with level 1, beyond the chat window. Before we even touch the terminal, we've got to move beyond the basic prompt box to establish permanent context for your website's architecture and competitors. Even at this foundational level, using Claude projects and the claude.md file, the AI is just an absolute powerhouse for strategy. Leveraging its massive 200,000 token context window, which is basically like it's speed reading several thick textbooks in seconds, it processes your entire site's data in one go. We're talking effortlessly sorting thousands of keywords, mapping out search intent with real human-like nuance, flagging content gaps, and building these massive topical maps that would normally take a strategist days to compile. And this really illustrates why Claude blows traditional automated tools out of the water when it comes to keyword clustering. It intrinsically understands semantic relationships that pure volume-based grouping just totally misses. It knows that a search for running shoes arch support and best running shoes for flat feet belong in the exact same cluster, even if they hardly share any of the same words. Moving on to level 2, connecting live SEO data. This is where we eliminate tab switching entirely and stop relying on outdated training data. The absolute crucial piece of the puzzle here is MCP, or the Model Context Protocol. Think of MCP as the bridge between Claude's brain and your live data. Because it's an open protocol, it lets Claude connect directly to external services, read live data, and write results back to your tools. It completely upgrades the AI from just a memory-based text generator into a live, data-driven analyst. Once you have MCP configured, the magic really happens. Claude can literally query Google Search Console for your live clicks. It can tap into Ahrefs for keyword history or SEMrush to pull real-time search volume by geography and CPC data. And the best part? It can take all those insights and automatically write back a beautifully formatted audit directly into your Notion workspace or Google Docs. No copy-pasting required. Now, you might be thinking this requires a computer science degree, but thankfully it really doesn't. Setting this up is incredibly accessible. Let's take Google Search Console, for example. It's just 3 simple steps via Composio. Step 1, install the server. Step 2, authenticate your Google account via a standard OAuth login. And step 3, just ask Claude to list your GSC properties to verify the connection. Boom, Claude now has direct access to your search analytics. I do need to throw up a quick warning here, though, a really crucial guardrail. AI isn't infallible. You always have to cross-reference keyword difficulty with domain rating to avoid impossible targets. Claude might see a difficulty score of 25 and tell you to go for it, totally missing that the front page is dominated by massive brands. You have to explicitly instruct it to pull those top 10 URLs and check their domain ratings so it knows when a keyword is a trap. Okay, level 3, Claude's code and autonomous agents. This is the climax of our progression, where Claude evolves into a fully autonomous, terminal-based agent. This is where the paradigm just shifts entirely. Running right in your terminal, Claude Code reads and modifies files directly in your project. It doesn't just hand you a to-do list of advice. It actually opens up your website's files, writes the necessary code, and tests the output itself. It becomes a true agentic coder. Think about what this means for your actual workload. Imagine stepping away for a coffee while Claude autonomously handles bulk meta tag optimization across 200 plus pages, or scales out an entire internal linking strategy. We're talking automated schema markup generation, massive site-wide content refreshes, or even resolving hundreds of canonical tag conflicts all on its own. It's wild. To put that into perspective, let's look at a typical timeline for something like an internal linking audit. Minute 1, it reads your target files and content library. By minute 5, it's analyzed the topical relationships and silos. Minute 10, it's physically inserting contextual internal links right into your code. And by minute 15, it's validating the output and testing the site compilation. A brutal project that would normally eat up days of your time is intelligently mapped and executed in under 20 minutes. All right, moving to building reusable automation skills. Once you've got these workflows dialed in, you definitely don't want to type out the instructions every single time. Instead, you package them using the DBS framework, which stands for Direction, Blueprints, and Solutions. You give Claude strict step-by-step direction, provide blueprints as reference materials for the exact output you expect, and supply custom code solutions to bypass standard API limitations. This framework guarantees perfectly consistent execution every single time you type a command. But look, as we embrace all this power, we've got to keep our heads on straight. There's a big difference between autopilot, which is blindly letting AI overwrite your strategy without any oversight, and being a co-pilot. Claude is a co-pilot. The goal is automating the commodity data tasks while absolutely retaining your strategic judgment. You are still the master strategist here. So, leaving you with this to ponder. If Claude is doing all the manual labor, what will your SEO strategy actually become? When you no longer have to spend 20 hours a week buried in spreadsheets and code editors, how will you use your newfound time to outmaneuver the competition? That's the real power of Agentic SEO. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I seriously can't wait to see what you build.